Welcome to the latest Connected Intelligence Spotlight, and in this episode we're going to revisit the wearables market and specifically the opportunity for smartwatches in the coming months. What we've seen in the past few months is a significant spike in ownership. It's increased from 19% of the adult population in Q1, the pre-COVID period to all intents and purposes, to 27% in September. That's the quickest spike in growth we've seen for a long time in the smartwatch market. But there's an important caveat. We define ownership as people who own and use their device. If it's sitting in a drawer abandoned for more than 6 months, then that consumer is no longer counted as a wearable owner to us. Which brings us to the sales numbers, which are not keeping up with the spike in ownership. In fact, looking at the orange line, we can see that year-over-year sales declined for 2 out of 3 of the quarters this year so far. That means that the ownership spike is caused by consumers pulling older devices out of the drawer to give them a second chance, or passing older models to friends and family. So that makes sense, as the pandemic has driven many people to reconsider their health and fitness. Suddenly it's become so much harder to hit even the most simple metrics, such as 10,000 steps, driving the desire to start step counting again. The newfound resurgence of smartwatches offers vendors and retailers a stellar opportunity as we enter the holiday period. Consumers are either going to abandon these older devices again or, more likely, look to upgrade them. And that makes them potentially a great holiday gift. Now, ordinarily we've steered clear of suggesting a wearable as a holiday gift, as nothing says you could lose a few pounds like giving your spouse a smartwatch. But if your spouse is already using an older one, giving them the latest and greatest seems like a much safer bet than usual. It's also a great opportunity for the wireless carriers to sell a cellular connected smartwatch. This may seem counterintuitive as we're all pretty much locked in at home, so the need for wireless connectivity seems redundant. But there are a few reasons to think differently. First of all, if people are looking to spend several $100s on a new smartwatch, they'll be thinking as much about future needs and particularly post-pandemic needs, and that could include cellular connectivity. Secondly, the carriers can offer payment plans on smartwatches, meaning these consumers don't need to spend all of that money in one shot, which is a nice option. And finally, the very fact that we're stuck at home pretty much all the time makes mobile connectivity attractive. Because when we do go out for fresh air, perhaps a walk or a run, we want to escape most of those connections, even a smartphone, but still remain contactable for a limited number of people that know the smartwatch's number. That's our spotlight. Thanks for joining.